Welcome everybody. Welcome to 11:30 at 11:30. Oh, that reminds me, I need to set my little timer here because today I am going to be making real efforts to keep this show to 11 minutes 30 seconds, which I'm used to doing. Whoops, there. A little better. The light off my cheeks was excuse me, the light off my cheeks was blinding me. I'm used to doing 11 minutes and 30 seconds on my radio show. So let me back up. Hi, Paula Shaw here. We are going to be talking here from now on at 11:30. I'm going to be doing 11 minutes 30 seconds on highlights from the Silver Linings Playbook. Uplifting stories coming from this situation that we're all going through here with the coronavirus. And most of you probably know that as of last night, we in California are on shelter in place. Another term that none of us had ever heard of 2 months ago, right? So life is changing on the reg, moment by moment, and we all are trying to do our best with it. We're trying to uplift each other, find the good moments in every moment, and share some sunshine. So that's my goal on this show. So I have some very lovely stories to share with you today of things that are actually happening out there. Two siblings, this is my first one, I love this. Two siblings named 9-year-old, by the way, 9-year-old Taryn Tien and his 6-year-old sister, Calliope, performed a cello concert on the porch for their neighbor who was 78 and isolated. They dressed to the nines as though they were playing in an orchestra. It was absolutely touching. These were children in Columbus, Ohio. Now, is that beautiful? So, giving us ideas, you know, let's think about some things our children can do because they're all home now, aren't they? For better or for worse, they're all home. And getting them out and doing some things from a safe distance, of course. These children did a concert on the porch, and the resident was inside the house listening through an open window. Another story I really loved, this one just really got to me. In Lake Waccamaw, North Carolina, Carly Boyd got engaged and was dying to share the news with her grandfather, who was in the Premier Living and Rehab Center, and she was unable to actually go in and visit him because, as most of you know, most nursing homes and rehab centers and that kind of thing have very strict rules right now, no visitors, because we have to protect those vulnerable people. So the staff suggested to her that she stand outside his window, and there are pictures, and I will figure out the technology to post these pictures. I'm doing pretty well so far. Post these pictures because you have to see this picture. One picture, she's holding up her ring with the engagement, your hand with the engagement ring. I guess it would be this hand. And then the next picture, you know those scenes you've seen from the prisons where there's glass in between the two people and they touch hands through the glass. Oh, it was the most precious thing. And there they were, just touching hands. He was so excited. Oh, here we go again. He was so excited to share her news. So I loved that story. I thought that was really beautiful. So I'll be sharing those pictures with you. Then another one. This was a beautiful story from, let's see, no, that was Carly. Seattle. Nope, it wasn't there. It was Coleman, Alabama. Wait a minute. Is that Coleman or Cullinan? Coleman, Alabama. A man was standing in line at a grocery store, and he told the two people behind him to go ahead and go in front of him. And they put their stuff on the conveyor belt, and he leaned over and said to the cashier, "This will be on my tab. I'll take care of these groceries." That is a beautiful story. So he took care of those groceries. In Seattle, Washington, a fan of the Seattle Times, realizing how hard they've been working round the clock, because as we all know, things are changing moment by moment right now, sent pizzas, several pizzas, so that the staff could have something to eat and something to cheer them up. And they were so touched that one of the staff posted it online. So that's the kind of thing that we're talking about, you know, like just something unexpected, something so cool that somebody was just thinking of others. I just love that. I love that story. Then let's see. That was the story we already told you. Oh, I know the next story I want to share actually happened in my own family with my own parents. I've shared with you before that my mom is 90 and my dad is 94. So obviously they're in that group that needs to be very careful. And yet they're very independent and they're healthy, and they were out shopping yesterday trying to get some things, and unfortunately among the things they were able to get, they were not able to get toilet paper. We all know the TP crisis that seems to be going on in the country, and quite frankly, I don't understand it. I mean, is our toilet paper imported from somewhere that we can't get it now? I don't understand it. My feeling is probably some random person went, "Get toilet paper," and then everybody jumped on board, and now there's this panic for toilet paper and nobody really understands it. Anyway, my own parents fell victim to this thing, and they were in the supermarket, and they're adorable. They're just adorable. And they're saying to one of the clerks, is there any toilet paper? And the clerk said, "No, I'm sorry, there's no toilet paper." And they were really kind of worried because they were down to their last 2 rolls. And they're looking at each other kind of like, what do we do? And a woman who was going by just reached into her... Oh, good Lord, Paula. Reached into her basket and gave them her package of toilet paper. Oh, that's what I'm talking about here. There's so many great things going on. People are rising to the occasion to help other people. And that is so great. And it's so much where we all need to be right now. In fact, that story I told you about the guy who paid for the groceries of those other people, a woman behind him was so touched by the whole thing that she got online and posted about it. And that's what she said too. She said, instead of complaining and everybody going on and on about the lack of what there is for us in the grocery stores, help each other. See if somebody's trying to get something on a shelf that's too high, or, you know, do you have the means to cover somebody else's groceries? Everybody's scared right now about how long this is going to last, and will we all be able to survive financially? So if you have the means to help somebody out, oh my goodness, take advantage of that opportunity, because that might be something they will remember all their lives. My parents are talking about this toilet paper thing. You know, they were talking about it all day. They told my brother, they told me, they told my niece. They were telling everybody. It impacted their life, so we just don't know how that one little act of kindness that we come up with could maybe even change somebody's life. So, those are my uplifting stories for this day. Oh, by the way, one uplifting story I'd like to share with you from a personal perspective. My eyebrows are settling down, which I'm quite relieved about. Those of you who may have seen my little segment on the first day, I shared how I was doing my roots and decided to do my brows too, and didn't realize that that dye stays on your skin. And I woke up the next day with my Groucho Marx eyebrows, but they are starting to calm, and I'm feeling quite relieved about that. The other suggestion I want to make to you is, even with shelter in place now being imposed, and it's definitely in California and in some other places, but it may be in many more places before we know it. But one great thing is we are allowed to take walks. So here's my suggestion for your walk. Make it a gratitude walk. Gratitude is the highest vibration we can be coming from. And we all need to raise our vibration these days, right? So when you're out there taking that walk, notice the new flowers that are blooming. Notice the blue sky. Notice fresh greenery or new growth on a plant. Express gratitude that you can take a full breath. Express gratitude that your family's healthy. Express gratitude about whatever you can think of in your life. And I want you to actively think about it, because we've all got something. There are many things we can be grateful for. So find those things while you're on your walk. And then not only will you be exercising your body, you'll be exercising all the other great parts of you too, body, mind, and spirit. And I'm pretty excited right now because it's 11 minutes and 19 seconds, and I promised you that this was going to be 11:30 at 11:30. And so I'm Paula Shaw, and I'm saying thank you for joining me, and I look forward to another 11:30 at 11:30 with you tomorrow. Take care, keep your spirits up, help each other. Bye.